Hello everybody, this is Mr. Morgan again. I wanted to make a quick video that goes over the different settings that are available on CoWriter. So at this point, I'm assuming that you have already downloaded and installed, got your account set up for CoWriter. And what I want to do this video about is just controlling the settings and showing how that works. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do is whenever you log on to your Chrome account, CoWriter will be toggled off. And what I mean by toggled off is there's this little button, and right now it is off. And if you just click this little button on, that means that CoWriter has started. And you can see that this thought bubble turns blue as well as this. And as you probably noticed, this text box came up. And that's one of the main parts about CoWriter is using this box. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the options for just another minute or two. So if you click on that gear that says options, then it brings you to this page. And there's a lot of different things on this page, and I'll sort of go over them one by one. The first thing here is where it says search for topic. Now, CoWriter is word prediction software, and they have topic dictionaries. So just as an example, if you are writing about William Shakespeare, you might want to turn the William Shakespeare dictionary on, and then it will recommend more words that have to do with William Shakespeare. If you're writing about, there's a lot of different topics. So let's say we're writing about biology. There's cell biology, let's click cell biology. If you're writing a paragraph about cells, you just turn that on, and it's more likely to recommend words that have to do with cell biology. So for most writing, you don't really need to add a topic dictionary, but if you're writing a long piece about a specific topic, it may be helpful to select which topic you're working on and add that to your dictionary. Okay, so these are all different options that you could use. We want to keep the prediction language as English, and we want to keep this prediction as all words. Okay. We want to keep predict from page on. That just takes into account what you've been writing on that page to better predict what the words that they're going to recommend are. And then flexible spelling, we want to keep that on as well, because in case you spell something wrong, it's still more likely to recommend the correct word that you're looking for. Now, there is an option to translate writing into different languages, but for now, we're just going to keep that off. We'll go over to this right column here, and we'll start from the top and just go down. I recommend having the number of guesses as 5. Now, as that talks about the number of guesses on this box, as you can see, there's 5. You can change that number, but you don't want it too low because it doesn't give you very many options, but you also don't want it too high because then it's too many to choose from. 5 is really a good number, but if it works for you to play with it around a little bit, that's fine too. Okay, for font, we want to keep it in Arial or Times New Roman or another one that's very easy to read. You can change the font size, and that's the font size on the box there. As you can see, they get bigger or smaller, so that's up to you what size you want it. The text color, we want to keep that remain as black, but the background color, when you first log in, it's white. And that's okay, but the problem is sometimes it gets hard to see on a Google Doc when the rest of your page is white. So I recommend using either this orange or another one of these light colors that creates a lot of contrast from the black, but that you can still see on the page. Okay, for the prediction voice, there's different voices you can use, so you can pick whichever voice you like best once you have some time to do that. Now, these next 3 options are different speaking settings. So if you select speak letters, after each letter you type, it'll select that letter. So generally we want to turn that off because we don't want it to repeat out loud every single letter. I recommend keeping the speak words and speak sentences on. Those automatically are set on, and then you can turn them on and off based on your preferences. But if you keep the speak words on, that means that when you type a word and press spacebar, it will read the word back to you. And speak sentences is when you put a sign of punctuation at the end of a sentence, it will go back and read the sentence to you. And that's really helpful just to be sure that you wrote down on the page the words that you were thinking about in your brain to write down. Okay? So next we have volume, speed, and pitch. The volume, I recommend to keep at 100%. And then if you need to change the volume at all, just change the volume on your device. For speed and pitch, somewhere around the middle is good. I sort of like a slower pitch and a bit of a slower speed, but you can change it around too much. Of course, you don't want it too fast because then it's hard to understand what they're saying, and you don't want it too low or too high because then it's hard to hear what they're saying. So that's how you adjust the settings for CoWriter.